If you are still here watching this, it means something inside you refuses to settle. You might be tired, frustrated, and broke, but you are not asleep. And that matters more than you realize. Most people are not poor because they lack opportunity. They are poor because they gave up mentally long before life forced them to stop physically. They quit in their thinking, then spent years justifying why they stopped trying. Let me say something uncomfortable. Wanting wealth is easy. Wanting freedom is easy. Wanting a better life is easy. What is hard is staying disciplined when nobody is watching, when results are slow, and when your environment keeps reminding you that survival is safer than ambition. That is where most people fall off. Not because they are weak, but because nobody warned them how lonely the discipline phase would be. When you decide to think differently, your life does not improve immediately. In fact, it often gets harder. You start seeing things clearly. You start noticing how much time is wasted. You start realizing how many habits are quietly destroying your future. And once you see these things, you cannot unsee them. That awareness can feel heavy. You feel disconnected from people who are still comfortable with distraction. You feel alone even when surrounded by others. This is normal. Growth separates before it elevates. Discipline is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not post online. Discipline looks boring from the outside. It looks like saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It looks like staying home when others are out spending money they do not have. It looks like learning when it would be easier to escape. Discipline is not about being extreme. It is about being consistent in a world addicted to instant gratification. One of the biggest lies young Africans are told is that enjoying life now is necessary because tomorrow is not promised. That sounds wise, but it is incomplete. Tomorrow may not be promised, but regret is very real. There is a difference between enjoying life and sabotaging your future. Wealth requires restraint, not because life should be miserable, but because freedom is built, not wished into existence. The truth is, most people do not fail because they are incapable. They fail because they get tired of delaying pleasure. They get tired of explaining themselves. They get tired of being misunderstood. They get tired of doing the right thing quietly while others appear to be winning loudly. What they do not see is that loud wins are often temporary and quiet discipline compounds. Let's talk about patience, because patience is not passive. Patience is active endurance. It is choosing to keep going even when nothing seems to be happening. Wealth grows like a seed underground before it breaks the surface. During that phase, it looks like nothing is happening. That is when most people quit. They assume effort without immediate reward is pointless. But compounding does not reward impatience. It rewards persistence. Another hard truth is that discipline will cost you relationships. Not because you think you are better than others, but because your priorities change. When you stop wasting time, people who depend on wasted time feel uncomfortable around you. When you stop complaining, people who bond over complaining feel distant. When you start planning long term, people who live day to day feel judged, even when you say nothing. Growth changes dynamics. You must be ready for that. Being broke with discipline is very different from being broke without it. One leads somewhere, the other goes in circles. You may not see money yet, but you will see structure forming in your life. Your days become intentional. Your spending becomes deliberate. Your learning becomes focused. These changes are subtle, but they are powerful. They are signs that you are becoming the type of person wealth can trust. Wealth does not come to desperate people. It comes to prepared people. Desperation makes you rush. Preparation makes you patient. When you are desperate, you chase shortcuts. When you are prepared, you build foundations. Shortcuts feel attractive when you are struggling, but they almost always lead back to the same place. Foundations take longer, but they change everything. One reason many people stay stuck is because they confuse movement with progress. They stay busy, but directionless. They hustle without strategy. They work without leverage. Wealth requires focus. You cannot chase everything. You must decide what matters and ignore the rest. Focus feels boring, but it creates results. Distraction feels exciting, but it creates stagnation. Let's talk about self-respect. Discipline is self-respect in action. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows quietly. Every time you break a promise to yourself, doubt grows quietly. Over time, these small moments shape your identity. You stop trusting yourself or you start relying on yourself. Wealth requires self-trust. You cannot build long-term success if you do not believe you will show up consistently. This journey is not about becoming rich quickly. It is about becoming solid, stable, reliable, focused, calm under pressure. Wealth amplifies who you already are. If you are chaotic now, money will make it worse. If you are disciplined now, money will make it powerful. This is why the discipline phase matters more than the earning phase. There will be days you feel like quitting, days you feel behind, days you question whether this is worth it. Those days are not signs of failure. They are signs you are doing something difficult. Easy paths do not create doubt because they do not challenge identity. Growth does. When doubt comes, it means you are stretching beyond who you used to be. Let me be clear. I am still building. I am still learning. I am still disciplined. I do not say this from a place of arrival, but from a place of clarity. I understand that wealth is a long game. I understand that discipline today is buying freedom tomorrow. I understand that patience is not weakness but strength. If you are watching this while broke, tired, and uncertain, I want you to hear this clearly. You do not need motivation. You need structure. You do not need inspiration. You need consistency. You do not need to escape your reality. You need to build your capacity. This channel exists to remind you that the journey is real, the struggle is normal, and the discipline is worth it. You are not failing. You are training. And training is not glamorous, but it prepares you for pressure. Stay disciplined. Stay patient. Stay focused. The results will come quietly at first, then all at once.